Hello, everybody, and thank you for watching us. Thank you for tuning into this. We are the real Short Box. My name is Donald, and the gentleman over here, yeah, over here, to my right would be one Mr. Christopher. Chris,
Hi, I'm part of the fake short box.
what? The fake
Yeah.
Short Box. Right below me there is Mr. Kevin.
Hello. I always carry my lawn box with me.
Oh, well, that's good to know. And catty cornered over here is one Mr. Jarrett.
Keep my name out of your effing mouth, Donald.
Oh, okay. All right.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Sorry.
whoa, whoa. Peace, brothers. Peace.
I
We
think
need peace.
that's
Sorry, I don't
exactly
know
what
why I
we're.
reacted like that. You just
Yeah,
introduced. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
it's okay. It's okay. I think that's exactly what we're talking about tonight. Although I will say, Jarrett, you would definitely fit in a GI Jane 2 film. You know.
Whoa, Donald, come on now.
Wow,
That's
the resemblance
inappropriate,
is
sir.
uncanny.
Inappropriate.
It's okay. It's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay. All right. Well, that's exactly what we're talking about, though, tonight. We're talking about the slap heard around the world. We are talking about Will Smith slapping the shit out of Chris Rock. And even Chris Rock said so himself when Chris did it, or when Will did it and walked away. Chris said, Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me. And then went on about his monologue, or tried. Did anybody else watching it? Did they think that there was like some type of technical difficulties because it kept cutting the feed in and out?
No. I only caught it after the fact. I saw the clips on YouTube, and I realized that they were just trying to bleep as much cussing as possible. And then I saw the unedited version, and I said, "Oh, wow, that's interesting."
Yeah, when I
And
saw it, I was like, "Oh man, yeah, they're cutting some foul language out of this." So that's why we can't hear anything right now. I was like, I wish I was somewhere else in another country where this is allowed on regular TV.
Like Britain.
People,
and for me, my feed totally died, which I don't know if it was a technical thing, but I don't know. I was watching on YouTube TV. My feed totally died.
oh
And
wow,
then when I got back on later, I saw Will Smith win I had no idea what happened. And I saw him win, and I was like, why is this such an awkward like
Presentation.
win? Yeah, and the talking, I was like, I was so confused of
oh
like
man,
everything he was saying. I was like, okay, you're fiercely protective of your family. Okay, that's cool. I get it. Like, you've been in the news. Like, I was just like, I was so clueless, and it was so awkward. And then I saw the unedited version. I was like, holy
that's
shit.
the best. So basically, for everybody that hasn't lived in anywhere in the United States, at least, uh, this is what happened. I mean, Chris Rock made a joke about an alopecia based joke, whether he knew or not about Jada
He
Pinkett
knew.
Smith's
He knew.
condition. I don't know. He could have. It might have been stated before, but I did not. I did not know she had a condition. All I know is
Yeah.
that she's been bald before for films and things. So I just assumed that this was a choice. But from what I heard, is it was alopecia. It is an issue, autoimmune issue that she's having, and she's having hair growth issues. So she just decided to shave it. She made light of it on her show, Red Table Talks. And when Chris said what he said on the stage, she rolled her eyes. Will was kind of laughing gently, and then he looks over at her, and then the next thing you know, it's back on Chris, and then we get a wide shot of Will walking towards him. He's like, "Uh-oh," and Will walks up right up to him and just slaps him right across the damn face. But I will say, like Chris was pointing out, Chris Rock took it like a champ. Like he really took that slap. It didn't knock him back down or anything. He just winged out like this, and then just put his head back up and was like, I just got slapped the shit out of me by Will Smith, and then went about his monologue.
There is some.
He handled the incident like a pro. And I was saying before, a lot of MMA guys tweeted that they're like, damn, Chris Rock's got a chin, because that was a pretty powerful slap, at least sound wise. But yeah, I will say, and I'll give you my opinion on the whole thing, but I will say he handled it on a live performance about as professionally as you could.
Right.
Like,
Right.
Agreed. Agreed. So let's get down to the brass
Yep.
tacks here, since we want to make this run a little smooth here. As far as what your thoughts are on this, so Kevin, you have something you want to say?
Yeah, there is some context behind what happened. Now, of course, I don't believe it was the right thing to do. He should have had this confrontation after the show. You know, you do not want to embarrass yourself on live television because, unfortunately, for the rest of his life, actually both their lives for that matter, this is going to be a meme. This is going to be an issue. You know how social media is, and God knows what it'll be like in 20, 30 years in the future. The context behind this is they've had beef for many years now. This goes back to a previous Oscar show where Chris Rock was cracking on Jada Pinkett Smith when she was the one about the Oscars are so white, so he was joking around about that. And there's just been a lot of tension going on. And on top of that, all the unfortunate personal family issues being put out in public, embarrassing Will over the last few years with the kids and with Jada. And I remember 2 weeks ago, Laverne Cox, the transgendered actor, had made a comment to Will and Jada on the red carpet at another award show. And you can tell again, he was, you know, you kept poking the bear and poking the bear. And then once again, we get to the Oscars, here we go. And that's it. He snapped because he's been under a lot of stress. He's been feeling disrespected, you know, for many years now. People just poking into his personal life. I mean, I try to put myself in his shoes. You know, you know, it's hard. You know, your private life's being put out there for public view. People are cracking on you social media wise about you and your family. And unfortunately, he snapped. He did it in a public atmosphere and now just had these unfortunate results. So if I were him, just lay low for a year. Just go away, stay out of the public eye for a year, just until this stuff.
Yeah.
You
It
know,
might be best. So
yeah.
in your opinion, getting down to it then, who was in the right, who was in the wrong? Were both of them wrong?
But in my opinion, both of them are wrong, but in different ways. I mean, Chris has been poking the bear with that family for quite some time, and to do that over and over again, and then to do it again in a public setting at the Oscars, it's just like, all right, you're pushing someone. You know, you pushing a guy from West Philly. You know,
the joke alone. Okay, if she didn't have alopecia, the joke was a stupid, lame joke. Dude, you're referencing a movie G.I. Jane that came out in 97?
96, 97, yeah.
96, 97. So that's a lame joke, period. He's better than that. He knew she had alopecia. So that is like, dude, like, that's literally like saying like somebody's in a wheelchair and being like, hey, and you're in a wheelchair, you're not walking. Like, come on. It's so low-hanging fruit and like out and poor taste.
Right.
It's terrible. So he knew better. You can see it in Will Smith's face. He does the ha 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 laugh, which he mentioned in the Oscars. He said we're supposed to, when he won, he said we're supposed to kind of just laugh and think it's okay when people make these jokes because we don't want to show our real emotions. When I first saw him do it, I went, I don't like to see violence. It doesn't appeal to me. I don't like to watch fight videos of people just like, unless you're in a cage and you want to do this to each other.
Right.
But I don't like just violence against people. So it's shocking to see. And then you could hear the real anger in his voice when he said, keep my wife's name out of your effing mouth. At first, I was like, good for him, because I do think sometimes people need to be slapped to their senses. For thinking they can get away with shit because they're on TV or they're famous and stuff like that. But I don't think he should have done it live on TV. I think he should, if he had an issue, wait till you see the guy backstage, take it aside and handle it there. That's it. At first I was like, good for him, and then later I was like, nah, man, you could have done that way better.
Yeah, because unfortunately, it's social media. I mean, people just see what they see, and it's going to be taken the way they take it. And now people are just going to run with this forever and always. And think about it. Next time he gets interviewed for anything, hey, so what about that slap back in 2022? You know, it's going to be 2032, and they'll still bring it up.
Oh yeah. You know, it's at an institution. You know, it's at the Oscars. Of course, it's of all places to choose to snap. This was probably the worst.
The wrong place.
That was the most insane thing I've ever seen in the Oscars. Not actually more so than them getting the wrong movie right. Saying the wrong movie won the Oscar. Like, I would definitely say this was crazier.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
what does this say about it? After the slap, the ratings for the Oscars went up 56%.
Oh, of course, no surprise there.
Wow, 56%.
No surprise there. And that's why that little conspiracy theory I told you about off camera. What if they invite both of them back to be the co-host for next year's Oscars? I guarantee you, ratings would be through the roof because people want to see.
Well,
Ooh,
And we should
Yeah.
note, as of this recording, Will Smith has publicly apologized to Chris Rock, saying he was out of line and jokes are part of it and blah blah blah. So he has apologized.
Right.
But you know,
what's done is done.
is that because a billion publicists told him to, or like, I mean, we
No,
don't-
I think Denzel Washington was consulting with him, after it happened. He was, trying to calm him down. And so I think with him and other things, just, you sit back after you're upset about something, like anything in life, and then you calm down, you think, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. I gotta try and make this right to the best of my ability. And I thought he started doing that during the speech anyway. It's like, look, I'm so sorry. I apologize to the Academy and, so forth and so on.
yeah. So I mean, we said what's done is done. I think we all pretty much agree. Both of them were in poor taste. Or Will Smith lacked judgment and Chris Rock lacked integrity and tact.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, I think you guys hit the nail on the head here, but I will go one further and say that regardless of the bad taste of the joke, whether he knew about the alopecia or not, alopecia is a skin, like a hair growth condition. You can't grow hair. She had made her peace with it. She was laughing about it on her show. So maybe he took that as it's okay to go there. But the joke just didn't make sense because it was such a dated joke based on, like, like I said, simply, I said I would have gone with, hey, it's 1998. They want their joke back. I would have just said that to Chris Rock, and that would have been the end of it. You know what I mean? That would have been like everybody would have went, oh snap.
Yeah.
There was a better way to deal with that, and he chose violence. He chose the wrong way. So I think Will Smith is 100% at fault here. Chris Rock should say something like, "Hey, I'm sorry. The joke, landed wrong for you, and it was in poor taste. But I am a comedian. This is what we do. We heckle people. And I do apologize that it hit a nerve." Sure, he could say that. He could say that later. It'd be a bigger man, but it's hard to do that when you got a mouthful of teeth now because he's just slapped the shit out of you. You know what I'm saying? So Will Smith is definitely in the wrong, in my opinion. And that apology is great. I would appreciate it if I was Chris Rock, but I would also say, next movie you have, you're putting me in it.
Yeah, this dude. Yeah, that's surprised they could do a movie together. That's true. They could do a movie together.
Yeah, I think that's.
I do think that Chris Rock had a good response at the end where he made the joke. He's the only man that ever withstood that got hit by a Muhammad Ali and actually stood standing. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, that's a.
And
what was the joke I heard? It was a really good joke if I can remember it. I think it's somebody said there can be 100 people in a room, 99 of them won't slap you, but one will. Get it? One will.
That's a quick one to get out there that fast. That's good.
Yeah. I was like, wow, that's really good. Okay, cool. Yeah, credit where credit is due, on that one. I appreciated that. But I think that's anybody else have anything they want to add before we wrap this up?
Why not give Chris Rock a role in Cobra Kai season 6? Since he is a producer executive producer of the show.
Is he?
Bring him in. Yeah, Overbook Entertainment, Will Smith's company, actually produces Cobra Kai.
I'll be dang.
Actually, I actually have one last kind of thing to say. I think, that maybe we should be a little more understanding to Will, because Will is a parent, and sometimes parents just don't understand.
Okay with that. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We are the Real Short Box. Have a good night.
How's that for dated?